It's very seldom that we run into a ship that managed to not only sink once, but twice. Call it fate, call it bad luck, call it what you will. But this ship found her way to the bottom twice in her existence. Despite bad luck in the beginning, she had a pretty successful career. It starts in La Ciotat, France, during World War II. She was built at the boatyard of a sweet little town on the southern coast of France called La Ciotat, right in the midst of World War II. The ship was first launched in June of 1944 under her first name, Maréchal Pétain, though construction was not yet completed, so she was towed to Port des Baux near Marseille, where she was scuttled by Nazi Germany in August. When the hull was raised, it was renamed La Marseillaise and towed to Toulon before being returned to La Ciotat to be refitted as a cruise ship. When her remodeling was finished in July of 1949, she actually set off for Yokohama, Japan, and in 1957 she was renamed Arosa Sky following her sale to Panama's Arosa line. She was refitted again and became the company's flagship. She was chartered by the exchange organization American Field Service to bring students between the United States and Europe. Within 2 years, Arosa Line was forced to sell the ship to Costa Line, an Italian line known for the notorious sinking of Costa Concordia. Before Costa Concordia, the company was called Linnea C, and the ship was sold to them in 1959. Linnea C renamed her Bianca C, and she became the second coastal line ship to carry this name, which was the name of one of the owner's daughters. As a Costa ship, she was refurbished again and would run her main route from Italy to Venezuela, including ports of call in the Caribbean. Thank you so much to our amazing YouTube members and patrons. If you'd like to have some awesome perks like episodes a full day in advance, join our YouTube memberships today. In October of 1961, Bianca C was on a voyage from Naples to La Guaira, Venezuela. On October 22nd, a brilliant Sunday morning, it was docked in St. George's, Grenada, and took aboard a few immigrants destined for Britain and some tourists who had spent the day on the island. The ship was so large, she had to anchor in the outer portion of the main harbor of St. George's. Early in the morning, an explosion rang out in the engine room, and the following fire spread quickly. One crewman died immediately, another would die soon after, and 8 others were injured. As fires broke out, approximately 700 passengers and crews scrambled to abandon the ship, while Grenadian fishermen and boat owners, awakened by the noise of the explosion near the harbor of St. George's, rushed to help. Nearly 400 passengers and 300 crew were accommodated at a special camp hastily set up by the government, in hotels and guest houses. The rest were welcomed by Grenadians who opened their homes to the unfortunate travelers without charge, until the Costa Line made arrangements for the transport out of Grenada. Because Grenada did not have the equipment to quench such a fire, a call for help was sent and was received by the British frigate HMS London at Puerto Rico. It took 2 days for the Londonderry to arrive on scene, all the while Bianca C burned. She was already dipping down toward the water and readying to sink. The burning ship was in the main anchorage and would block the harbor if it sank there, so a Londonderry boarding party boarded the flaming ship to attach a tow line. The anchor lines of the Bianca C were completely torched, and today her anchors still rest at the mouth of the St. George's Harbor. Meanwhile, the Londonderry moved to tow the Bianca C, but she was listing to port. Thousands of Grenadians lined up on the mountains as the tow progressed for 6 hours, but the Bianca C had moved just 3 nautical miles when a squall started and the tow line snapped. The Bianca C sank quickly into 165 feet of water, about 1 nautical mile from the popular tourist beach at Grand Anse, and 1.25 miles off Point Salines. And there she sits. In gratitude for the assistance of the Grenadian public, the Costa Line gifted Grenada with the large bronze statue Christ of the Abyss or Christ of the Deep, located on the cartonnage surrounding the harbor at St. George's. As for the wreckage in the 1970s, a Trinidadian firm salvaged her propellers and sold them for scrap. As the top of the ship is in only about 100 feet of water, scuba divers can reach it, and in the late 1980s and early 1990s, some removed parts of the boat for souvenirs. In late 1992, the rear third of the ship was torn off and the ship began to deteriorate quickly, though at 600 feet long, she is still the region's largest shipwreck. The Times has actually named the Bianca C as one of the top 10 wreck diving sites in the world. She's been referred to as the Titanic of the Caribbean in the past, and if you know me, you know what soapbox I'm about to stand on. If you don't know me and this is your first video with me, hi, I'm Eleanor, and I despise comparing disasters to Titanic. The reason why is because the comparison lessens the moral and social impact of both, and it makes both into more of a pop culture sensation rather than what they really truly were. Both were maritime disasters facing their own unique sets of circumstances, and the victims of both, no matter the numerical differences, were human beings and deserve respect and honor. And so, with that said, rest in peace to the 2 crew members who lost their lives aboard the Bianca C. May they rest easy and their families find peace. Very quickly, I just wanted to thank everyone for your patience with me over these last couple of months. I had a family emergency come up that was extremely stressful and pressing, and I am so lucky to have such a loving, understanding community. All of you. Thank you so much for enjoying my content and respecting me as a human being. You guys are incredible. Cheers!